15 here, Vudu Vents, however you want to refer to me. Vudu Vents is probably the best way. And I know that my video got messed up for the putting a video together, the actual making, the rendering, all that stuff. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come back in here and I'm going to pick up one of the videos that that doesn't have any music on it, which was the problem. And as what ended up happening was that UMG, who owns the rights to Rammstein's music, is probably sifting through and just happened to run into my videos that were on there, because I do acknowledge all the claims because I don't monetize mine, but that doesn't give me the right to use the music, so they can still block it or mute it or whatever, so they muted it. And so what we're going to do is first off, you're going to need some kind of an editing program. This is going to be the first item. You can use Windows Movie Maker. I use Sony Vegas 10. It's an older program. I think currently it's like 13 or 14 right now. But Sony Vegas is an expensive program. Then you also have there's Adobe Premiere. There's a number of other programs. You kind of want to find something. If you're wanting to start out, I would start out with something like Windows Movie Maker, which is either a free download or is already installed on the computer. It should be pretty easy to pick up and use and do what you need to. And also, there isn't anything really else to it. You're going to be able to get in there. You can do some basic editing, some basic cropping, drop in some video and stuff like that. So for this one, I'm using Fraps as my capture. Now you can use Fraps, you can use Bandicam, you can use there's MX Afterburner or something, but that goes off of a card. So really, there's some different ones. In my personal opinion, Fraps is the best. You pay one price, you have it for life. It works on a computer. And you really don't have anything else to worry about. Now, the problem with Fraps is extremely large file sizes. You're talking 4 gigabytes for 2 minutes of video. So the way that I do is I have 3 terabyte hard drives currently. One is strictly for video, just raw, unedited video. And then another terabyte is where I send all the rendered, completed videos. I send them to another deal to keep that one clean and clear. And another one handles all my other odds and ends games and everything else. So with that, what we're going to go ahead and do is, first thing you want to do is you go, okay, I'm going to make a video, I'm going to render a video. So let's go ahead and get in here and get to where our video is stored. Oh, that's not it. So we're going to get to where the videos are actually stored at. So now you're here with the raw footage. Go ahead and get rid of that one. This one's the actual one that's making right now. And so we're going to hop in here and we're actually going to take a look at these videos. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to stop the video for a second, make sure there's no music in the video that I'm going to show you, and then, okay, actually I had to go in and make a film that did not have any music in it to make sure that they do not stop my stuff again. So we've got our film. What we're going to do is we're going to kind of review it, kind of see what we're wanting to do, kind of see if there's anything out of the ordinary. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at this video here. All right, welcome back to the world of Ace Design, ladies and gentlemen. It's I, 15. So we're going to we're jumping right into the next. We're going to mute that way you're not confused between me and this. So I know that pretty much this video should be just cut and dry. It should be very straightforward. It's just a training video over the FM2, and so it's got a little bit of lag because I'm recording it as it's going through there. So we've taken a look at our video, and what we're looking at in the video is to say, okay, where's my start going to be? Did I get some kind of crazy noise in there? Where do I want it to begin? Where do I want it to end? Is it super long, and do I want some kind of a space in the middle? And if I do,
disconnected.
If I do, then where do I want that cut at? You can write this down. What I do usually is when I'm filming like a scenario or something that's several hours in length, I actually go through and go, okay, from minute marker 9 minutes 30 seconds to minute marker 1 hour 2 minutes is the first section, or the section of video that I want. And then of course if I go, okay, well from 2 minutes to 3 minutes I want that clip, and then I want from 6 minutes to 12 minutes I want that clip. You can cut it up how you want to, and that makes you take a look at it and kind of see what you've got and what you have available. So we're going to go ahead and open up Sony Vegas, and of course each editing program is going to be completely different from the others. But I'll show you some kind of the basics with Sony Vegas here. Outside of that, I'm not going to do any kind of a tutorial over Vegas. There are plenty of tutorials out there for other projects, and it would just take up a bit of time here. So we're going to go ahead and bring our footage in, and then of course I have my intro video and information for the end of it. So I'm going to go ahead and drop my intro in, which it's already pre-cut, ready to go, and so there's really nothing more to do to it. Go ahead and get rid of these two tracks here. And so then we're going to go ahead and bring in our film, and we're not going to drop it right on top of it. What we're going to want to actually do is the video is about 8 minutes long, which is great. You know, shorter that it is, the more folks are going to pay attention to it. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and draw in now. This intro video is already cut, ready to go with fade in, fade out, and sound in and out. There's nothing that I need to do to it. So the first thing I really need to do is do a fade in for video and for sound on this first video. And then I want to bring it in as close as possible so that it will mesh with the actual intro. So what we're going to do now is see just how long our intro is. I believe that this fade in for the initial video is going to be too long. So let's take a look at it and see. Alright, welcome back to the world of Aces High, ladies and gentlemen. Actually, it's not that bad. That's actually just about what you want. You pretty much want it to just come in. You don't want it to be, for me, in my personal opinion, I don't want it to be instantaneous. I want it to be a nice fade in, go, hey, how's it going? And the video's up, and you're like, oh, okay, cool. You know, kind of like a light's been slowly lifted in a room, almost like on a stage, which is nice. To me, it works very well. So we're going to go ahead and head to the end here, and we're going to go ahead and do our fade out. And on the fade out, you want to make sure that all the information that's in the video gets caught in there, because if you have talking or text or something right up to the end, you want to make sure that it's actually visible all the way to the end, because if you go and render it all and you go, oh my gosh, it's not even right, you have to come back and fix it again. So what we're going to go ahead and do is play this last little clip and make sure that it's correct and see that the fade out is right. Into the FM2 next, take a look at it. It's bigger cousin, it's got a better motor, web, gun package. We'll take a look at it and really see kind of what it'll do. Okay, so we can see that that's almost perfect. That's right where it needs to be at. Nothing crazy, nothing fancy. We got all the text in there. We still had video, so everything went out correctly. So the last part for this little video is the outro, just Aces High deal. You know, kind of get in that free deal, Aces High. Like, what is this? You know, it's Aces High. And so we're going to want to bring a fade in there and a fade out. And now what we'll do is we'll watch that. And it looks okay. I think that the beginning is a little bit, maybe a little bit too abrupt, so we'll actually draw it out a little bit more. And so it doesn't look too bad. So that looks like it's pretty much ready to go. So we're at our point here, and of course what you'd want to do is you'd want to watch it all the way through, especially if it's a long one where you have multiple breaks. With this one, it's real straightforward. This is the most basic type video. You've gone in, you've got your footage, it was all in one go. There's nothing for you to edit in or out. And so you have an intro video. Some people have intro videos, some people don't. You can do like just a single frame or something like that, or you can cut straight to the video. It's all up to you, because it's your stuff. So for me, I do an intro video, and then I do a the meat and potatoes of the video here, and we'll edit in what you need. And if you have music that you bring in after the fact, then you'd have to render and bring that in. But for straightforward, I just want to have some footage. If it's a good fight or something like that, just throw it in here, fade in, fade out. Whatever other information you need to put in, you just add that in, and then you're going to render it. Now you want to render it at the highest, highest possible setting. So for me, when I go to make a movie, it's going to save to a hard drive. Of course, this one has a function where you can upload it to YouTube, but I don't want to mess with that. What I want it to do is save to the hard drive, and then when I get ready, I'll send it onto YouTube. So we're just going to call this the F4F4. And so what we've got here is 8 megabytes a second, HD quality, 1080p by 30. And so what we want to do is you want the highest possible render rate, so that when it goes to YouTube, for whatever reason, YouTube for Aces High videos, they're a little bit fuzzy, that I've seen, at least from my videos. And so I render it at the highest rate. It's probably something that I'm doing that's incorrect, but it hadn't really caused me an issue, so I've just continued with what I've got. And so what we'll do is we're going to go ahead and render this video, and then what you do as the final step is you'd watch the video once it's complete in its render and make sure that everything come in. Make sure that your fade ins and outs are correct. You want to make sure that your first videos that you make, you put some time into them. Now this video here, you're talking 5 minutes from start to finish, except for the actual editing, the actual recording of the video. But you can put a video together really quick. You can also take a lot of time and make a very nice video. You can also overdo a video. Sometimes cut and dry and simple is very nice. So something to think about when you go to make a video, when you're putting it together and you're looking at it and you're doing that stuff. So I hope that you've learned something with this. I apologize about the previous video getting messed up, but that's just the world we live in, and people own stuff and it's the interwebs. So if you have any questions, comments, concerns, let me hear them. Anything I did not cover or something else you would like to learn, let me know, and I'll get a video together for you and we'll get you set up. Until next time, Vudu 15.